Hi guys, welcome back and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be taking a look at some hardtack from South Korea. These particular packs, they contain not only the hardtack biscuits but some star candies as well. I ordered a couple of these a while ago. They contain 400 calories of hardtack biscuits and 20 calories of star candies, they are called. Let's see if we can get some Google Translate working. So let's see what we can get. So there we go. Contains biscuits, 100 grams, 400 calories, and 20 calories, 5 grams of star candies. Fantastic. Straight at the top, extra winners. Bonus, did flash up star candies. Okay. Display indirect sunlight and moisture. I think that should say do not display indirect sunlight and moisture. We will always exchange. A good heart to pick up tissues, a bright heart to not throw away. Oh, isn't that sweet? So, anyway, our South Korean hardtack candies. Hardtack, as you all know, is a staple of military servicemen around the world for many years, particularly in Japan and South Korea well into the late 20th century. In Japan, it is known as kampan, and Jongfang in South Korea, although I probably pronounced that incorrectly. It looks Jeonpang as written. It means essentially dry bread, and it's still actually in South Korea, which I suspect is where this came from, sold as a fairly popular food snack in regular supermarkets. Japan as well, from what I'm led to believe. Now, canned hardtack in Japan as well as South Korea is distributed as emergency rations in case of earthquake, flood or other disasters. Wouldn't it be too bad of an idea in some of the countries that we live in either, considering the things that happen? You know, we have hurricanes, floods. Some countries we are still having volcanic eruptions. It is part of the by and by. It is a fact of life, and we have to plan for these situations. So as we can see on the pack, in this South Korean version, the hardtacks, the Jeonfang, I'm going to stop trying to pronounce that now, is mixed with compito, which is otherwise known as a popular snack called star candies. The Ministry of Defence's emergency food ration tins and the Imperial Army's military combat ration tins in Japan both contain the star candies, in addition to the biscuits, as well as other food items. Now, while the star candies do aid in the calorie content necessary for your daily activities, the main reason that they're there is to help promote the creation of saliva to make it easier to consume and swallow the dry bread. As those of you who have seen many of us fail at the Cracker Challenge will understand why we need to help promote the production of saliva when eating crackers or dry things. It's also a really good pick-me-up. If you're just getting biscuits all day every day, it's not going to be that great, is it? But throwing a few little sweet candies and suddenly a bad situation doesn't feel so bad. Now, according to the Ministry of Defence's specification, each of these emergency ration bags contains 150 grams of small dry bread with 8 white candies, 3 red, 2 yellow and 2 green. Now, this isn't a military issue one. This is one that can be purchased probably very cheaply out of the stores. Probably quite a bit cheaper than what I paid for it as well, considering it was imported. So once we open it up, we'll find out what we actually do have and what colours we've got. Compito is often used for celebrations such as marriage and childbirth. An elaborate candy box is called bonbonnière, from the French bonbonnière meaning candy box. It is given as a gift from prayers at shrines and temples, and the practice of giving bonbonnière dates back to the commemoration ceremony of the Meiji construction in 1889, and has since been thought to be a symbol of good luck. So I'm hoping that these are going to bring me a little bit of good luck. I do have another pack as well, so if all goes down well, I don't see those lasting in the house, so that'll be a little bit of good luck in itself, won't it? Now, Japanese imperial family has used this gift as the official welcome gift continuously for over 130 years. This particular one, this particular brand of hardtack and Star Candies, I am led to believe through doing research online, is still sold in supermarkets, and families will buy it as a cheap and filling meal. But apparently, as most males were conscripted to the armed forces, they will at some point have eaten this, and since then buy it as a memory to share with their children, knowing how much they enjoyed those candies themselves. So, without further ado, because now I've kept you waiting long enough, I know you're all very eager to see what's inside, we'll get it cracked open and we'll take a look at what we've got. So for those of you that don't enjoy the history lessons, this part's for you. Here we go. Can't smell anything different or anything strange or unusual. As you can see, we've got a foil bag, some goodies inside. So our biscuits, our Star Candy. Just smells like a biscuit. We'll tip it all out. Oh no, we've got no candies. Oh, there they are. Our little Star Candies. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and a half. So not quite the 15 that they get in the military, and they're all white, but they still look great, don't they? So let's move on to one side. We'll crack these open. There's absolutely no smell whatsoever to them. We'll take a look at one of the biscuits. So a lovely little palpable size that will fit lovely into your mouth, so you haven't got to break any of your teeth trying to break off that old World War II hardtack that the United States and the UK used to use. Sounds hard, doesn't it? Oh wow, that is one of the driest things I've ever tasted. Not hard at all. I mean, look at that. They just break apart absolutely brilliantly. Dry as a bone. Mix that with some hot chocolate. Make yourself a little chocolate pudding. Bob's your uncle. Fantastic. Very, very dry. Don't taste like crackers. Mildly sweet. Tiny sweet. I can detect a tiny bit of salt. But I think it's there more for flavouring, like you would chuck a bit of salt in your chocolate cake. It's not there to salt the biscuits. It's also not there to keep them fresh or to prolong their life or anything like that. They're not bad all in all. They're quite decent. They've got the 2 holes in the inside, which were useful in helping you to absorb liquids. Dip them in your tea, your coffee. Actually, that'd be a nice biscuit dipped in your coffee, they would. They won't be too bad dipped in your coffee at all. Let's try one of these little tiny Star Candies. They're called Star Candies because they start off as this tiny little piece of sugar, and it's whisked round and round and round and round in these little drum-like things, getting bigger and bigger and bigger, so they just don't come out smooth at all. They look like tiny little meteorites, don't they? Tiny little meteorites. That's what I like. Considering they're made from sugar, they're quite bland. They're not overly sweet. They're not like I was expecting from things like glucose sweets, boiled sweets in the UK that I'm used to trying. When the American sweets I've tried that are even sugarier than the UK sweets. I don't even know how that's possible when they're pretty much just made with sugar. They're pleasant. They break apart quite easily, so they are rather brittle. If you've got that in your pack and you tread on it, you're going to turn it to dust. But if you needed a sweetener for one of your drinks, you could turn that to dust and stir it in. In fact, you could turn this whole thing with some warm water or some coffee or some hot chocolate, as I said earlier. You could turn this into a pudding, make Star Candies into dust, sprinkle them in it and sweeten it up lovely, especially if you've only got coffee or water to use. If you've just got water, then that's going to make it a lot easier to take. Just dust them up, give them a good crunching, mush it all up with some water, make it into a porridge, sweeten it up with your Star Candies, and you've got a nice little gruel there that'll keep you going all day. Well, maybe not quite all day, but if you've got no money, then it's all you can afford. Then it is going to keep you going all day, isn't it? Because it's not going to be out of choice. But all in all, this has been a fantastic little piece of South Korean history. Still eaten today, but comes from a very long line dating back to the original days of hardtack. It's been a very pleasant experience and I've enjoyed it. I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. So please like, share, subscribe, show your support. You are all fantastic. And I'll be back with you soon for more Eats, Treats and MREs.